piece of beautiful wool fabric in bright colors, jacquard weave, reversible on top of that. It just doesn't get much better. So you can tell I'm going to have to be making a garment out of this one. I mean, it's just the way it is. So helping me, and actually the one that brought this is Kathy Monahan from Pendelton. So it's great to have you back.
It's nice to be here. It's always fun.
So many calls the last time we had you on. They said, bring that woman back. So I'm glad you did.
Happy to travel here.
Okay, so you've brought some more good wool.
Yes, and this time I brought one of our specialties. A lot of people really think of Pendelton for the plaids, the tartans, the fine suiting. But one of the other things we do is we weave this beautiful reversible jacquard heavyweight wool fabric, which is great.
Traditional.
It is.
Too, isn't it?
It's actually the exact same fabric that we use for our blankets. So this is our blanket weight fabric, and there's pictures woven in it. And this is done in Pendelton, Oregon.
Okay, that is amazing. That is just beautiful. So of course I want to make coats out of it, and you do make coats out of it.
Absolutely.
So let's have a look at these coats. So here we go. I just think a little bit goes a long way. So on this drape, on the swing coat, isn't it good?
I love that swing coat. It's such a classic. And if you're going to see both sides of something, make it special.
Yes.
So when you have a collar where you're seeing both sides, I think it's great.
The style of the swing coat, and again, I'm glad that you're using some of my patterns now because that works so well, and that style is classic forever.
That's a great one.
Yeah. Thank you. And I do like this little number too. This is the awesome jacket, and again, we'll talk about the less seams you have in this, the better.
Right.
So, and of course, look at the inside.
And this is an example of a really dramatic reverse, where the front is the one side is light and the other side is dark.
Yeah.
So when you have a reversible fabric like that, it's nice to not have to choose.
Yeah. So
I
you can
want
have
it
both.
all.
I want it all.
all.
Exactly. So no, that's a beauty. This is one we just haven't quite got finished.
So that's beautiful. I haven't seen that one.
We're working on this one.
Oh.
It's going to have a big button and loop across here so that it can reverse to the other side as well.
And this is an example, too, of that kind of open collar,
Nice big
where if you
collar,
have a reversible fabric, that's a great showcase for it.
Yes, yeah. And these are so nice because, I mean, again, reversible or not. So, yeah, thank you. And, of course, bright colors are never bad. So the little vest in shawl collar. Right?
And one of the things that's nice about this is if you're going to do a reversible garment, when you reverse it, it's nice to be able to button it or zipper it either ways. And so just a simple way to do that is to put a set of buttons, one on the front and one on the back. So when you turn it inside out, you've still got buttons on the front.
Perfect, perfect. So, yeah, I love the way this looks. So, okay, let's talk about making things reversible, and what are you going to do?
Well, the way I see it is there's a couple of challenges with making a reversible garment.
Okay.
One is the edges, and one is the seams.
Yes. Okay.
So one of the first things you have to consider is what's the pattern you're going to use. You don't want something, when you flip over the pattern and there's 35 pattern pieces, you know you're in trouble. So great garment is this awesome jacket. When I flipped over the pattern pieces, I had two pieces.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's like,
I can handle this.
It's like two pieces.
And the other thing I think about two pieces, you don't have to do a lot of matching.
Right, exactly. And if you have a beautiful piece of wool, it's nice to have a showcase for it, and it's like a big blank canvas, I think.
It speaks for itself.
It does. And when you're doing the edges, you need to consider if it's got a lot of curves, you're going to need to use some sort of a bias.
Something that bends.
That will bend. If you have straights, then you can use something that's less flexible. So there's a lot of different options there for trim. You can go to your stash, which, we all have huge stashes.
This is quite lovely, and if it matches the color and everything, just sandwich that right over that edge, which is good.
And when you're considering which trim to get, you need to probably consider that it's going to look good with both sides. Yeah, and so, something beautiful and elegant, make sure it's working with both sides. Sure. And for instance, this one is an asymmetrical ribbon, which is really fun because when you fold it in half, you have two different kinds of look.
All right, how about just wool? I like that idea. So.
Well, one of the things about doing the edges about doing the seams is that when you're choosing your pattern, you're going to eliminate all of your seam allowances.
Yes.
So, for instance, when I was doing this,
it eliminates bulk.
It does, and it eliminates some of your fabric use too, because you're not sewing it and then throwing it away.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I do is I just cut the pattern piece on the seam allowance, and then when I cut it out, all I need to do is butt the two seams together, and then you can just take on your sewing machine and zigzag it, but zigzag it down, turn around and zigzag it back.
Nice wide zigzag too.
A good wide zigzag. And then all you're going to do is take your felt or whatever your binding is, and my trick is to use a spray glue.
Good idea.
On both of them, and then
So you're going to glue that down.
I'm going to essentially glue those together. Those are glued together.
Yeah.
And then they'll trim off.
And on that side, because I sort of said, now how are you going to hit both of those?
Yeah, I couldn't hit it without really matching it up that way. Yeah. And I also, take a little pin and check every now and then that I've got.
Now, if I want to bind that edge, you said you take this same piece, not cut in half. This is it cut in half, but put a little seam down that edge where it's folded, and then you've got a little pocket to put this in, and that.
And another, I might run a little bit of glue there just to hold it in place, or you could.
But the wool does kind of stick to the wool too, so this is not all bad.
And I always steam it, iron it nice and flat.
So let's have a look at this then. This has got bias tape around the edge because you had a curve. You've got the seam done on the inside and the outside the same way, decorated that a little bit.
And I think it's a great little place rather than just saying, I have to cover them. It becomes a little showcase.
Accent. And then you've bound the inside edge for your sleeve because one side is good, but that would be raw edge, so that's good.
And this is a Hong Kong finish here. So when it's turned out, it becomes like a little piping detail.
Yeah, sure. All right, so let's go to the next one because the next one then has...
Now, this one has a zipper, and I haven't done a zipper.
Okay, so I'll show you the zipper. The zipper, you'd put the zipper right sides together on your garment as if it's just going to be a zipper. But you add that piece right there.
A little extra.
And when you stitch that in, when that flips over, that's going to cover the wrong side, and it's going to look good on the right side.
Looks good either way.
And you can top stitch that. So, by the way, the other thing I thought about this jacket is you said, why not use a piece of little fur?
I ran into this, and I thought,
that would be a nice little thing
cuff.
to finish.
And all you need to do is fold it in half and whip stitch it down.
That would be good.
That'd be beautiful.
Okay, pockets. That is one of the issues on reversible garments. How do you make pockets reversible?
And it's amazing that it seems hard, but it's actually really a simple solution. Okay. And one is a patch pocket. Make sure you bind all the edges on one side.
But you wouldn't put that patch pocket on before you did.
Well, you make a little slash on the other side. And so on one side, you have a slash pocket that goes into your patch pocket, and on the other side, you have a patch pocket.
So you'd make this, and it's again slash pocket or welt pocket or bound pocket, whatever kind of pocket, you have to have a slash and get into that. And then on this side, you cover all that up.
Yes.
With this, and I think that's just a brilliant,
simple and it really lets the fabric.
You've got to be a little careful when you get your hand in that pocket, because I've done that sometimes. You come right through. Nothing there.
Oh, you access your inside pockets.
Yeah, that's right. There's a secret pocket.
And again, you got your two sets of buttons here.
Yes, one on each side, and then buttonholes on the other side that work so well. Okay, you also said you could finish the edges of something like this with buttonhole stitch, which is what they used to do traditionally, I would think.
And, our blankets are whip stitched on the edges, but what we also do is I also do this by hand a lot. And my trick is I use a piece of masking tape, and I mark it off ahead of time, and then I line it up. And so at this point, I can get an even spacing from the edge to my stitch. That
sounds like a great way to go. And what you said, you could take this off and put it on the next or the next and next.
Yeah, I only do that one time.
Yeah. You could weave them together, too, if you want to join them. So thank you, Kathy.
You bet.
Is just wonderful.
It's been great.
It's great. And I hope that you've got lots of good ideas for making things reversible. So don't go away, because there's more good stuff coming up.
Guests of our show stay at Travel Lodge. Nice rooms, great people. Models provided by Chan International. #1 in personal development training, modeling, and acting.
Now, this is an interesting doll, and I do meet some interesting people. And I've got one of my favorites with me. Bebe, welcome to our show.
Oh, thank you so much, Linda.
Okay, I saw Bebe in Kansas, and we have been, well, we're soulmates for sure. And you do some wonderful and wild things. And one of the things that you brought with you was this. And I didn't quite know what it was going to be. And tell us about this.
Well, this is a bra purse.
As in brassiere. As in,
as in.
Okay, all right, got
bras.
it. Yeah, got it.
And I saw this one time, and I thought that would be very good if you're someplace and you don't have a purse and you have a bra that you aren't wearing. You can make yourself a purse.
Okay, and so what we really need is the bra. Actually, when you told me about this, I thought, well, let's go and see what's out there for bras. And I mean, these are not just your regular bras anymore.
No, you can get really pretty bras, and they do need to be padded. Some people think they don't need padded bras, but everyone needs a padded bra.
Okay, all right, and then you're going to put them together like that,
and just like this.
That's a pretty good sized purse.
That's a good sized purse. You don't want to get a bra. You don't want to get a bra that's too big.
Okay.
Because it'll be kind of floppy. And
no, we don't want that. No.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's really the truth. So we've got a lime green one, and we've got this one
and
here that I have
a
finished.
few foo-foos and stuff, so we collected a bunch of stuff. So
we got this black and white bra because black and white's really good this year. So we'll show you how we're going to put this together.
All right, so here it is. We're going to then have to cut, I would imagine.
You're going to cut off the side panels here.
All right, so let's just do that.
I hope these scissors work. If they don't, we're in trouble.
Okay, so I think...
Good scissors.
All right, and this other one too?
Okay. Well, yeah, we don't want one thing hanging and one not.
Exactly, that's what I would say about my bras. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get my...
Yes, we need to put your glasses on. Yeah. You're so vain that you
can't wear those all the time. Yeah. Okay, so we could probably think of something to do with this, too. This is
Wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, okay, we'll worry about that for next time.
It could be a swimsuit for a little person.
Right. Okay.
And you have your bra now, like so.
Yeah.
And we're going to put it together, and we're going to hot glue.
Oh, of course. Why not?
Here,
We have a perfectly good machine, but why not glue this?
Well, this is an underwire, and it takes a little longer to get around the underwire. So we're just going to hot glue this one together here. And the hot glue gun has to have glue in it before it works.
Yeah, there we go. We'll get a little bit of glue on that. Okay. Yeah. If a person wanted to sew this, there's nothing wrong with sewing.
You could sew this. In fact, you could sew it by machine if you came up above the wire, or you could hand sew it. But we're
then there's this sort of gaping part here.
We've got a gaping part here, and this would be good to sew on the machine if you had the time, or you could sew by hand. But we're going to hot glue it since we only have a little while here to get our purse done.
Okay, so there we go.
We would much rather go to town and be shopping.
You got that right, okay.
With their purse.
Okay.
So now it's beginning to look.
Yeah, it does start to look like a purse.
Like a purse.
Could we ever close this? I was thinking that maybe you could close it. You could put a zipper or something.
You could put it, if you want to close it, you could use a real pretty zipper, and this is a really nice zipper here.
Yeah, the rhinestone zippers.
And you would sew this on each side like so.
And you've got a zipper in it.
And you have a zipper in the purse.
All right, so we can, or you could put a flap on there or whatever.
You could put Velcro across it or whatever.
Okay.
And you use the straps for your handles.
And they're adjustable. This is good.
This is adjustable. You know, if you had long enough straps, you could hang it over your shoulder.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So let's decorate this, though. I like the idea of decorating the ball. You put some stuff on this other one. You had beaded.
I love beads.
Okay.
And I love fluffy stuff. So we've got
here. Let's put some beads.
We'll hot glue these beads on.
Okay, let me just then...
I'll let you hot glue because I kind of burn myself when I hot glue.
Okay, well, we're not going to get this all perfect. You know, in the real life, you would do this a little more carefully.
Well, yeah, it would take longer than 3 minutes to get all this together.
Yeah. So we're going to put that...
And you need to think a little bit on it, too.
Yeah, and then I was sort of looking at this. I'm kind of eyeing this stuff.
Oh, and I'm thinking, I've hot glued my
You're
finger.
Okay.
Well, I'm unglued.
Bebe comes with the purse. That's the deal. That's good. So I'll just put some glue around there, and then we'll put this on top. I mean, is this looking good or what? Look.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh, yeah.
That really is.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, it looks so nice, I think maybe I ought to decorate the bras I wear.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
You know, just in case anyone wants to take
Okay, so that's going to be the bottom. And now we want to put some foo-foo stuff at the top. You've got that set, haven't you? Yeah.
I have started some here, and I took some ribbon and a little cord here.
Okay. And actually, I like the look of that because it's just so right down the middle and sort of.
And we're just going to fold this ribbon back and forth like so.
Yeah. And there you go. And just loop it back again.
Just loop it back again.
It could be yarn. It could be. It could be anything.
You know that fur stuff. Do you have
the
some
feathery
of that
stuff. Yeah.
Well, no, that one down there, that stringy stuff.
Oh yeah, this stuff. Yeah.
They have a lot of that out now in different colors and stuff.
This would be quite good too. Yeah. Okay, I think we won't sew that whole thing. We'll just take that out and kind of pretend because. We've got to get this purse on the road. We've got to go shopping.
That's right. much more fun spending your money than it is sitting here. So,
well, the good news is that you haven't had to spend a lot on this purse.
That's right.
So let's then just sort of put this along there, and you basically, so if we hold this up, and so this is going to come,
to look.
Quite a bit like a purse. So
do
there
we
we
have
go.
time to hot glue this on?
No, I think we'll just do that, and then basically your handle will get stitched over there, and we could put a bunch of this on the handle.
That's right. That would cover the handle.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, Bebe, I think we've done it.
Well, we want to put something. Look at the.
Some
we need sequins on there.
Never have too many sequins.
So we'll put sequins
on
there.
Oh, I mean, this is a fine, fine purse.
Isn't
it? You want to wear this, I know, but no, it's no more.
No, I didn't.
Thank you, Bebe. This has been great. Will you come back and play with me again?
I'll try to. I sure will, as soon as I can get away from Kansas.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. Just delighted to have two great magazines on the set, and along with them, I've got their editors. So welcome, guys. It's great to see you, Ellen, and you are involved in So News.
Yes.
Yes, and how long have we had So News?
About 27 years.
Okay, because I've been reading it about that long. It's great. So I'm glad that you're involved with that. And this is a brand new one for Amy.
Yep, it's just been around for 2 years. So it's very new, and it's fun, easy projects for beginners.
Oh, I like that. That's what I'm all about, and that's what this show is all about. Let's have fun doing this, and let's make some easy things. So you've brought some project, or a project. I think it's this box. This is the clue. It's sitting right in front of me. I think that would be it. And I like the idea of making a box. I've never thought of making a box. I've made clothes and garments and things. So let's do a box.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you need this double-sided fusible stiff interfacing, which is going to give you your dimension.
Yeah, because you need something stiff. That's probably why I've never made a box. I've never thought my fabric could do it.
Exactly. So figure out how big you want your box and cut your outer fabric and inner fabric and your interfacing. Okay. And you just need one piece of interfacing for each side.
Okay, so that's going to be sandwiched in between these two layers is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. So you sandwich it in there.
Like school, like figure out your size of your rectangle and then figure out the rectangle that's going to go there and there. It's not rocket science. It's
exactly.
Just, okay.
And just cut your fabric a little bit bigger so that you...
You're not sewing through that. I bet that's the clue there.
Exactly.
Because if you had to sew
it'll be way too bulky.
it wouldn't be a nice sharp edge. So,
right.
Okay.
So fusing it there is extremely simple.
Okay. Because it's just activated by heat and steam.
Exactly.
Okay. You probably need to do both sides a little bit and keep it on there a little longer.
You do.
Sure.
But you get the idea.
Yeah.
It's pretty stuck there.
Sure. Okay.
So then on your front piece here, we're going to create this vinyl pocket so you can see your label through it.
Let me see your front. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's very professional. You know, I think it's so important when you're sewing to make it look like you didn't make it. And if it's got this little thing on there, you might think, oh, you must have bought that, paid a lot of money.
Exactly. Then you don't have to finish the vinyl edges, which it can kind of stick in your sewing machine.
Yeah.
So you just stitch the ribbon around it.
Okay.
Then you attach it to the pocket.
Okay.
Stitch along the three sides.
In fact, you decide if you want a pocket or not. You could have many pockets or no pockets.
Exactly.
Sure.
And then you insert your grommets.
Because this is the handle.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And just follow the instructions on your...
Yeah, this is not rocket science.
On your
you make the
grommet
hole and
box.
you put the grommet on. So
hammer
just
it
make
a
sure
little
you
bit.
don't hammer it and smash it all, because I've had people do that. So don't do
or
that.
ruin your table underneath.
Yes, exactly, that's true.
Right.
Okay.
So then you have this piece all done.
Okay.
And then you're going to stitch it all to the base.
Okay, so let's get the other one then to show you that one. Okay.
So you start by stitching each side to the base and zigzag finishing the seams.
Okay.
And then you're going to stitch the sides together. And actually what makes it a little easier is if you stop about 1/4 inch from the bottom on the sides.
And that probably enables you to turn it.
Exactly right.
Yes, okay.
So which is what we're going to do at this point.
And this is all very flexible, which is kind of neat. If you were packing a whole bunch of these in your suitcase, this would be good.
It is. You can crunch it and shove it in the machine however it gets it in there, and super easy.
Sure.
And then you're going to bind the edge, your little binding.
So you're going to sandwich that over. You're going to go through all those layers, but that's not.
Exactly.
And you're sort of going to smooth out the corners and go around it. I would probably say you're going to start not in a corner.
Right. I started in the back and then just hand stitch the other end.
Okay, and then the top doesn't appear to be anything much different than just a little box.
Exactly.
It's exactly the same size?
Just a little shorter.
Yeah. And so then this gets turned this way. And how do we make sure this all kind of stays?
All you need is a steamer. Just steam it all.
That's where Amy comes in. Okay,
Yep.
This is wonderful. So you could just give that,
Yep,
and we'll do it very quick.
Yep.
So we steam that, and then we have box. And of course, I can make a whole bunch to match all my. Oh yes, maybe this is a good way to use up all your fabric instead of putting them in boxes. Make boxes out of them.
They can all be patchworky.
Okay. And so your project is really quick and easy, you said.
It is. It's just little drink umbrellas. So you cut squares of fabric and fusible interfacing, and just fuse that down, and then use adhesive. I use spray adhesive.
Or you could also use another fusible in there. Do you want to just fuse the whole thing?
Yep, whatever works for you.
You want to make something that's not quite as stiff as what we had for the boxes, but still fairly stiff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So then you'll copy your pattern, which is in the magazine, and trace it on your fabric and cut it out. And you just cut one of the spokes almost to the center, but not all the way.
Sure. Okay.
Then you'll set a narrow zigzag on your machine and use a contrasting thread and stitch all but 2 of the spokes.
Okay, yeah, so you've got 1, 2.
And again, you're stitching almost to the center, but not quite.
But you're leaving that center free. Yeah.
And I like to do it twice for a darker line.
Sure.
Then you overlap these 2 sections.
I'm getting this. I can get it.
Yeah. Zigzag that spoke.
Yes. And probably trim out that under one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you just go around the edges.
Okay.
And you press all your zigzagged spokes.
Yeah.
And then you're going to use a scissors to make a hole. Poke a little bamboo skewer in there, and you have your umbrella.
That is cute. Then you can make a whole bunch of them in your outdoor party. Could you have the big umbrellas match the little? Oh dear.
Yep, absolutely.
It could go on. I do get a little obsessed with everything matching, and I just have a lot of fun. And obviously, you guys have fun figuring out what you're going to put in your magazines.
We sure do.
Okay, and I know that I wrote for this magazine a couple of times, and I think I'm going to have to do it again. But we're out of time, so thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we're out of time for the show, so watch us again next time.
To receive the companion book for this series with all of the project details, send $19.98 to the address on your screen or call 1-888-McPhee or visit us on the web at www.mcpheeworkshop.com. Sponsored in part by Janome, quality sewing machines since 1921. And by Rowenta, the garment care experts, meeting the needs of the sewing enthusiast for over 100 years with high-performance irons, steamers, steam generators, and ironing boards. And Wonderfill Specialty Threads. Thread for the way you sew. And by the Woolen Mill Store, your source for quality fabrics and more, featuring the largest selection of wool and wool blend, yardage from Pendelton Woolen Mills. And by Horn of America, experience quality, innovative ideas, and customer service. And Creative Festival, bursting at the seams with hundreds of industry experts, conference classes, exhibits, and more. Experience creativity in the making.